Good morning, class. Once again, welcome to our personal development class. So, we are now in our week 6 and 7, and we shall be discussing quarter 2, module 10, 11, and 12, which is all about career planning. So, but before we start our discussion, just a recap. In week 4 and 5, we were able to discuss several topics. It's all about family. So we were able to identify the different family structures, and then you were able to come up with your own family genogram, which is wherein it's like a family tree, but the difference is in genogram you use special symbols. And then you were able to come up a family plan for better relationships. So moving on, for our objectives, at the end of this lesson, learners are expected to discuss the different factors, career development concepts, and personal life goals influence career planning and decision making. Second, classify career options based on different factors, career development concepts, and personal life goals. And then the last one is make a career plan based on the identified career options to attain personal life's goals. So for our motivation, I have here a situation analysis. So I want you to read the situation, and after that, I'll be asking you to answer the processing questions. Okay? So anyone who would like to read the first paragraph? Okay, thank you so much. And how about the second paragraph? Okay, thank you. So let's proceed to the next slide. And for the last 3 paragraphs, who would like to read? Okay, so thank you so much. With that, let's answer the processing questions. Okay, so thank you so much for participating in our motivational activity. So moving on, I have here a quotation, and it says here that you define your own success. So anyone who would like to explain this quotation? Thank you so much for explaining the quotation. You define your own success means you create your own success. Many people believe in destiny, but at the end of the day, it will always be you, of course, who will make it happen. So you become successful because you wanted to be successful, not just by being verbal, but being a hard worker. Okay? So hindi lang puro salita, dapat meron din gawa, sipag, at tiyaga. Okay? So it says here that your skills, interests, and personality that are aligned to your values can influence your career decision making. So, kaya yan yung quotation na pinakita ko sa inyo for you to be able to realize that yung mga kakayanan mo, interest mo, and even your personality that are aligned sa values o yung pagpapahalaga na meron ka ay nakaka-influensya upang ikaw ay makapag-decide on what career ang tatahakin mo for a lifetime na tinatawag. Ayan, so let's move on to our discussion. For our first discussion is about the different factors that can influence career decision making. So first is interest. Interests are areas that provide enjoyment and learning, which result to a feeling of reward to an individual. So, pag gusto mo, andyan yung interest mo, di ka makakaramdam ng pagod pagkus mag-i-enjoy ka pa sa ginagawa mo. Di ka magko-complain kasi nga, hilig mo siya, gusto mo siya, kaya ginagawa mo siya. So personal interest should be inclined to career so that it will result to a satisfying career decision making. So pag pipili ka ng career, dapat nga yung gustong-gusto mong gawin, andun yung interest mo for you to be successful. Mahirap kasi pumili ng isang career na hindi mo siya gusto and napipilitan ka lang gawin because may tendency siya na mag-quit ka, and then isa yun sa magiging reason para hindi ka maging successful, okay? So interest is a very important thing, okay? So next one is skills. Skills are talents or abilities that can be learned or acquired through training or day-to-day experience. So, yun yung mga kakayanan na meron ka, and of course, dapat naka-align rin yun sa skills na meron ka. For example, kapag nag-enroll ka in college, ayan, so ang kukunin mong course is about engineering course. Of course, you need to be good in math and in analysis kasi more on ganun siya eh. So kapag another example, if you want to be a doctor someday, so dapat you need to be good in science subjects, lalo na sa biology kasi it's more of, basta more on sciences yung more on memorization, yan. Kasi nga, nag-aano kayo ng buhay ng tao, okay? So, dapat naka-align yung career mo sa skills na meron ka para doon ka nag-excel talaga. Okay? Ayan. So, next is values. Values are stable life goals that people have. So, ano ba yung mga life goals? Yung mga pagpapahalaga na meron tayo. It is an individual belief, ayan, so that are honed from childhood and throughout his life. So, sa simula pa lang, pagkabata, no, yan na yung ini-inculcate na sa atin or hinuhubog na sa atin ng mga tao sa paligid natin, katulad ng ating mga magulang. Ayan. So, your priorities, decisions, behaviors, and actions reflect the values that you have acquired since you were a child until old age. Ayun. So, kung ano yung pinapakita mo daw, yung pag-uugali or kilos or kung paano ka nagde-decide, nakikitaan rin yun ng pagpapahalaga natin sa buhay. So, that is the values. Next is personality. Personality is blended characteristics that are evidently displayed and are important in expressing and communicating. So personality, these are sets of traits and characteristics that can be displayed over time before we could say that this is your personality. So kailangan yan na o-observe. Ayan, hindi pa pwede na yun lang ngayon lang tayo nagkita, ngayon lang tayo nagkasama, ngayon lang kita na-observe, then I will tell you what is your personality. Hindi pwedeng ganun. Kailangan nakasama muna kita, na-obserbahan ko muna yung personality mo for more than 3 to, basta more than a month. Ayan. Pwede nga a year kasi doon lang talaga makikita mo kung ano yung personality ng isang tao. So, that's the time siguro that I could tell you that is your personality, okay? So, personality, these are the feelings, thoughts, and behavioral patterns a person has. So, kung paano ka mag-isip, kung paano nag-flow yung feelings mo, kung paano yung kilos mo na paulit-ulit mong ginagawa, that is your personality. Sabi nga, every individual has different personality, okay? Hindi tayo pare-pareho. We have individual differences. Ayan. So, next is, ayan. So, sabi nga, improving personal trait is laid and augmented by accomplishing small personal tasks that are within a time frame. So, for you to become a successful person, so kailangan there must be improvement of the personal traits and characteristics. So, hindi pa pwedeng maging kampante ka lang or maging okay ka lang kung anong merong characteristic or traits na meron ka ngayon. So, if you want to succeed in life, so definitely, you must improve your traits and characteristics. In short, improve your personality. Ayan. So, when we say personal goal naman, Ayan, this small personal task contribute to the personal development. So you had you had to have that goal for you to come up with a very good career decision making. Okay? Kailangan isipin mo, what do you want to attain in life? Ano ba yung gusto mo sa buhay mo? Ano yung gusto mong marating? Okay? Kailangan may goal ka para for you to look forward to, para yun yung maging hagdan mo papataas, para magpursige ka sa buhay. You have to have this personal goal. Okay? So we have here some traits that are needed in developing one's career in achieving life goal. Excuse me. So first is self-concept. Self-concept is an individual's perception on different roles, behavior, and opportunities. So anong konsepto ba meron ka? Anong perception meron ka? Anong tingin mo sa mga bagay-bagay? Katulad ng kung anong roles mo sa buhay, kilos or behavior at opportunities ay makaka-effect in one's career in achieving life goal. So under kay self-concept, si Career Developmental Self-Concept Theory by Donald Super. So every individual has different personality traits, values, interests, needs, and abilities that influence different options in choosing a career profession that fit to your qualities and interests, which will eventually result to work satisfaction. So dahil tayo ay may kanya-kanyang self-concept, may sarili-sarili tayong pananaw sa buhay. So definitely nag-iiba din daw yung mga pananaw natin. Meron tayong kanya-kanyang pamamaraan for us to choose a career profession. Hindi pa pwede na para-para tayo ng patutunguhan or daan na patutunguhan or para-para tayo ng decision for our career. What's important is eventually it will result to work satisfaction. Kasi kapag nasunod yung interest, yung self-concept mo, so definitely magkakaroon ka ng self-satisfaction. Okay? So next is self-determination. Ayan. Self-determination is when a person decides to act based on intrinsic motivation. So, di ba nga, you are motivated from within. Meaning, ikaw mismo sa sarili mo motivated ka. Di ba? Meaning, gusto mong gawin yung mga bagay kasi motivated ka nga. Kaya you are determined. Kasi pag ibang tao yung nagpupush sa'yo, hindi yan self-determination. Okay? Hindi yan intrinsic. Ang tawag natin dyan ay extrinsic motivation. So, intrinsic motivation comes from your inner self. Ayan. So, self-determination is reflected through your choices, decisions, and actions. Life's experiences and observations motivate you to fulfill your dreams and goals in life. Excuse me. So, yun nga, nakadepende rin daw sa life experiences at observations ang ating self-determination. Depende sa mga pinagdaanan natin. Okay? And then next is self-monitoring. Okay? So, self-monitoring is the capability of a person to watch over his or her behavior in the relationship that he organized within his environment. So, paano mo ba minomonitor yung sarili mo? Ayan. Or, hindi mo ba minomonitor yung sarili mo? Kasi baka mamaya may mga bagay ka nang dapat na baguhin, may mga dapat ka nang i-improve, and since di ka nagsa-self-monitor, wala kang ginagawa for you to improve yourself. So when we say people who are highly sensitive monitor have a great tolerance to adjust themselves as how they perceive as how they perceive in the environment. Okay? So, kung ikaw pala ay may mataas na sensitivity in monitoring yourself, the more na may mataas na tolerance or great tolerance to adjust yourselves as how they perceive in the environment. Okay? So, you need to adjust for you to become a successful person. Kasi if nahihirapan tayo mag-adjust, probably hindi mo rin mamomonitor ng maayos yung sarili mo na kailangan mo na palang magbago, 'di ba? So it is an advantage since it creates and manages a positive environment that might lead to a high probability for success in their career. Ayan. So pag hindi ka nagsi-self-monitor at hindi mo na-adjust ang sarili mo, then definitely walang mataas na probability na makukuha for success in your career. Okay? So you need to do self-monitoring. Okay? So next is about proactive personality. Proactive personality is when people have the capacity to take actions without being told and use thoughtful analysis to solve problems. They are able to see potential cause of problems and are able to understand and decide to change the situation. Proactive people find ways to empower themselves and be productive person. Ayan. So kapag ano daw, it is important to be a proactive person kasi pag you are a proactive person, ikaw mismo ang kikilos para sa sarili mo. And ikaw mismo nakakakita na kung ano yung situation, kung ano yung problema, and be able to take actions with that problem. In that way, nagiging proactive ka and then productive person. Okay? Whereas kung ikaw ay nagiging reactive, meaning nagpapadala ka sa sitwasyon. Magre-react ka pag may nagalit na tao sa magagalit ka rin kasi you become reactive. Okay? Pero pag proactive person ka, di ka basta-basta nagagalit kasi you will analyze first the situation and you will see how you will respond in a positive manner. So you need to choose if you become a proactive or reactive person. So for me, mas maganda being a proactive. Okay? So next is self-esteem. It is accumulated like perception of social acceptance or avoidance. Ayan. Self-esteem is characterized by the affective strength of your mind. So, andito pala yan sa utak natin, yung self-esteem. Kasi nga, different people have a high self-esteem, are confident with respect to self and others in achieving success. Low self-esteem is comprised of negative feelings of self-doubt and questioning of self-worth. Ayun. So, kasi feeling mo wala ka pang na-achieve, kaya mababa yung self-esteem mo. But when you are happy and satisfied with all the things that you are achieving, mataas ang self-esteem mo. Okay? So people with low self-esteem experience frequent punishments, harsh parental standards, and low affection during childhood. So yun nga, kung ganyan yung mga nararanasan mo, probably you would be able to have low self-esteem. So what should do? What should you do for you to have a high self-esteem? Ayan, you need to appreciate all the achievements in your life. Mapamaliit man yan or mapamalaki man yan na bagay for you to have a self-esteem. Okay? So next is self-efficacy. It's the ability to finish a task successfully within the time frame. Ayan, yung pagiging effective natin, di ba? Yung nagagawa ba natin tapusin yung mga bagay pag sineset natin yung time frame na dapat this time tapos na natin yung isang bagay. With that, pag nagawa natin yun, you are effective and you are efficient na tinatawag. So, dapat laging may ganun. So, these are people who have an organized self-management and discipline. So, this is a discipline and self-management na tinatawag pag may self-efficacy ka. Excuse me. And people with low self-efficacy tend to procrastinate that result to stress because of uncontrollable accumulation of work. Ayan. So, dahil dyan, napoprocrastinate ka nga, so bukas na lang, mamaya na lang, saka na lang. Ayan. So, that result to stress nga. Ayan, na-stress ka na because of uncontrollable accumulation of work. So, nagpatong-patong na yung gawain mo, nagpatong-patong na yung mga dapat mong ginawa na, ayan. kaya nai-stress ka. So you need to have also self-efficacy. And then the last one is locus control. So people who have a high sense of responsibility in controlling lives have high internal locus control. Ayan. So they believe they can control their own destiny, while people with while people with low internal locus control feel things happen because of other people lack or by powerful beings that may lead to depression. Okay, so sino ba dito yung ganon, yung they believe they control their own destiny? Yan, kasi nga no, parang may mga cases na inihahan rin tulad natin yung ating buhay kasi ito ay kinokontrol ng ibang tao. O kaya naman, um, dahil ito naman yung kapalaran natin, parang tinatanggap na lang natin na this is my fate, ayan. So, siya maswerte, ako malas. Parang ganon, yung pag meron kang locus control, meron kang sense of responsibility in controlling your life. This is my life and it is my responsibility to control it. Pag ganon, you have a high locus control. And also, ayan, people with high internal locus control have high participation, motivation in life, and positive regard to all things, especially in their work. Kasi nga, you are in control with yourself. Ayan, so wag po nating hahayaan na tanggapin na lang kung ano man yung kapalaran natin na meron tayo ngayon. Kasi you have to have this locus control para mag-prosecute ka sa buhay. Hindi yung tatanggapin mo na lang, ay ganito na ako, so ito na talaga lang ako. Parang ganon, hindi dapat. Ganyan siya kasi maswerte siya. Hindi. You need to work hard kung gusto mong maging successful. Okay? Sipag, tiyaga, ganon. And of course, you need to be positive thinker. And of course, kailangan mo ng guide. Lagi kang magdadasal kay Papa Jesus, okay? Ayan, so that is locus control. That is the last traits that are needed in developing one's career in achieving life goal. So for the factors that influence career planning and decision making, ayan, I have here several factors. So this time naman, I want you to pick one or more, nasa inyo na, and tell us paano siya nakaka-influensya sa pagbili ng iyong, or to come up with your career planning and decision making. Okay? Who would like to start? Ayan. So, thank you so much. So, this time naman, ayan, let's check the different career development concepts. Tingnan lang natin siya in a simple manner para mas maunawaan nyo and para hindi na tayo magkaroon pa ng complication kasi masyadong complicated to. Kaya in a simple manner na lang, okay? So, the first one is Bandura Social Cognitive Theory. Ayan, so it elaborates self-efficacy, an individual characteristics where a person performs in a certain level of work according to his or her confidence to accomplish a task. So, kung ito yung nakikita mo sa sarili mo, you have your efficacy, you have your effectiveness, nakikita mo na confident ka in a certain manner, magagawa mo to, ma-achieve ko to, matatapos ko to, so applicable to sa'yo. The Bandura Social Cognitive Theory. Yan, sabi nga, this confidence is an outcome of someone's past activities, experiences, and accomplishment where he or she develops a certain level of performance. Ayan. 'Di ba? So, yun nga yung mga accomplishment na nagagawa mo. Nanggagaling daw yun sa past experience natin at saka yung mga achievements in our life. So, that's Bandura's Social Cognitive Theory. So, moving on, we have Super's Career Development Theory. Ayan. So, postulates that a person undergoes several stages in career development, synthesizing into 5. Super outlines 5 developmental stages that occur in the career development of an individual. Ayan. So, ito ay merong development daw na sinusundan kapag super career development theory ang susundan mo. May step by step siya kung saan sinusundan mo para makita mo yung development ng iyong career. So next naman is the Holland's theory of vocational choice. Ayan. So emphasizes the relationship between personality and the world of work. So ano yung relationship ng personalidad mo sa world of work na pinili mo? Essentially, the theory of vocational personalities in work environment discusses that an individual looks for environment that is attached to his her personality, personal characteristics, and view of the world. Ayun. So, kung ikaw ay extrovert, outgoing person, so definitely yung world of work na gusto mo ay yung maingay din at maraming tao, 'di ba? Yan kasi ano ka extrovert eh, gusto mo yung masaya, yung basta maingay ganun. So when you are an introvert naman, so definitely gusto mo yung you will work with less people o kaya naman on your own. Kaya mo makomply yung isang task by your own. Kasi nga, you need to drive your personality dun sa world of work na pipiliin mo para mag-succeed ka in life. Okay? So, moving on. Ayan. So, for different career development factors naman, so definitely napaka-importante ng personal. So, personal means your self-assessment contributes to his or her career choice, hence personal decision making. Ayan. So, paano ba tinitingnan yung sarili mo? Paano mo ina-assess yung sarili mo? If you are thinking in a positive manner or way, definitely maganda yung assessment mo sa sarili mo eh. Pero kung you are looking down with yourself, tingin mo wala kang magagawa, feeling mo wala kang na-accomplish pa, then definitely di rin magiging maganda yung pagtingin mo sa sarili mo. So, dapat always think positive. Wag lang sa COVID, of course. Ayan, kailangan maging positive thinker tayo. Kasi parang isa yun sa ang nagiging lakas natin para magpursige sa buhay. Hindi yung hayaan lang natin na hindi ko to kayang gawin, so hindi ko na siya gagawin. Hindi ganon. Dapat you always strive hard and do better and better and better. Kung mag-fail ka man, try mo uli, 'di ba? There is a saying, try and try until you succeed, okay? And then the next one is academic. Yung malaking factor rin, kaya nga laging sinasabi ng mga magulang natin, ayan, na maging masipag kayo, mag-aral ng mabuti para maging maganda ang grades. Kasi nga, academics are experiences in the educational platform, also serves as factor in career development. As students, competencies are challenged yet honed in schools. Ayun. Kaya nga, sipagan natin ang pag-aaral, sipagan natin ang pag-a-attend sa klase, kasi yung mga competencies na provide ng mga teachers nyo, yung mga competencies na meron tayo per subject, ay importante yan when you become an employee someday, or much better pag nagkaroon ka ng sarili mong business, magagamit mo iyon. Okay? And then the next one is familial. Since humans are social in nature and that people are at times influenced by their surroundings, leaning to a certain career path may be affected by familial factors. So ano nga bang merong familial ka? Anong interest ng family mo? Ano yung history ng career sa family mo? So yun, nakaka-affect rin daw yun sa iyong career development. Ayan. Of course, we have the personality types. Nakaka-apekto rin ng malaki yan in your career development. We have here the ENFP personality type code. So, E stand for extroversion. Motivations come from the outside and you are fond of interactions. Ayan. So, ito naman daw yung ito naman yung Extroversion, extroversion, ito yung mga outgoing, extrovert. Ayan. Extrovert personality, outgoing person. Excuse me. So for letter N, stand for intuition. Possibilities in the future are given heavy considerations because she can sense pieces of evidence more than the five senses can provide you. Ayan. So intuition ko to, ito yung pakiramdam ko. Feeling ko magiging successful ako pag ito yung tinahak ko na daan. Ayan. So minsan kailangan rin pakinggan natin yung intuition natin. Gawin natin siyang guide rin for pag nag-choose tayo ng career na tatahakin natin, okay? So next is F, stand for feeling. Ayan, decisions are accounted for by consulting your feelings and values. So ito yung nararamdaman ko, dito ako masaya. Parang magiging malungkot ako pag dyan eh. So 'di ba? So considerin natin yan yung feeling, yung pakiramdam mo. Kung ano yung nararamdaman mo sa daan na tatahakin mo, okay? And then P for perceiving. Planning is not considered because you take spontaneity and flexibility as your strongest edge. Ayan. So, ano yung napoperceive mo? Ano ba yung napiperceive mo? So, pag yun ang tinahak mo or inano mo, applicable ba yun sa planning na tinatawag? Kasi nga, spontaneous na lang. Kung ano na lang yung nakita mo, kung ano na lang yung napiperceive mo. So, yun na yung magiging factor na iyon ng career development or decision making na meron ka. Okay? So, kailangan talaga, mag-plan. Okay? So, next naman ay the another factor is the interest. Ayan, na-discuss ko na yan kanina. So, hindi ko na siya explain kasi basta kailangan lang naka-incline siya sa career choice sa interest ng isang tao. And of course, the aptitude. Aptitude is a natural ability to do something. Okay? Anong meron ka? Ano yung mga innate ability na dapat meron ka? Dapat kinukonsider mo rin yan. Magaling ka sa pakikipag-usap, magaling ka sa physical or kinesthetic. Ano yung natural ability na meron ka, di ba? So that's is aptitude. Ayan. So now naman, since we are all done with the different concepts, factors affecting a career development, then this time naman, I'll be teaching you to come up a career plan. Kailangan may plano, hindi pwedeng sasabak lang tayo sa gitna ng gera, sa gitna ng laban na wala man lang tayong plano. So tingnan natin yung career natin na parang war or gera. Kailangan may plano tayo. Okay? So when we say career plan, it includes the short-term and long-term goals for your career. Ayan. So dalawa lang yan. May pang short-term and then may pang long-term. Okay? So when we say career planning, it is the self-evaluation and planning done by a person to have a strong career path. Okay? So kasama dyan yung factor ng self-evaluation and planning when you are doing career planning. So with that, when you're doing your planning, you need to ask yourself, who manages your career? Is it you or other people? Much better if it is you, okay? And who makes the decisions? It is you or other people? Or you can get opinion of others, but at the end of the day, of course, you will be the one to decide for your own career in life. Ayan. Kasi ikaw yun eh. Sa'yo yun. Career mo yun. Kumbaga, yan na yung panghahawakan mo in your whole life. Kaya dapat ikaw yung mag-decide niyan. Pwede kang humingi ng guidance or ng opinion. But then, at the end of the day nga, ikaw mismo yung dapat mag-decide. Okay? So, moving on. Ayan. When we say career planning, it is a lifelong process which includes choosing an occupation, getting a job, growing in our job, possibly changing careers, and eventually retiring. Ayan. So, ayun nga. When we say career planning, it's a lifelong process. Kaya nga kailangan talaga pag-isipan ng mabuti. Which include retiring nga. Di ba? Lifelong talaga. So, hindi pa pwedeng ito lang yung naisip mo for now, for this moment. So, ito na yung gagawin mo. Ito na yung pipiliin mo. Dapat isipin mo rin, what about the next year or yung retiring stage mo? Kailangan kasama yun sa planning na gagawin mo. Okay? So, it means to plan what job you would like to do for most or the rest of your life. Ayan, panghabang buhay po. Kaya pag-isipan ng mabuti. Okay? So now, let's differentiate job from career. Ayan. So anyone who would like to tell us what is the difference between job and career? Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Sabi nga, no? Job is for a short term, while career is for the long-term success. Okay? Sabi nga, pag sinabing job, ito yung usualing dialogue mo, ayan, no? I can't wait to get off of work. Ayan. Pagtapos ng work hour mo, tapos ka na, gusto mo nang umuwi. Madaling-madali ka nang umuwi. Wala ka nang pake sa kung ano man nangyayari pa sa work mo. But when you are a career, yung career na yung tinatahak mo, ayan, pinupush mo na yung career mo. Ang dialogue dyan is, what can I help? What can I do to help? Ayan. Kasi for a lifetime yan, so kailangan andun yung urge to help and you're happy to help. Diba? So, ayan nga. So, when we say jobs, these are often activities that are done in exchange for money. Ayan. So, example nga dito, part-time job, gagawin ito kasi may equivalent na sweldo, it's a job. Okay? Trabaho lang yung isip mo, trabaho lang gusto mo kasi gusto mo kumita ng pera. Okay? So, when we say career naman, it is something that a person wishes to have. Ayan. Though it could also be done in exchange of money. But when we say career, ayan, ito yung unang-unang nananaig. Career ay interest at mahal mong gawin. Yung gusto mong gawin. Hindi dahil sa nagtatrabaho ka, dahil kumikita ka ng pera. Okay? Yung mga bagay na gusto mo, syempre, kasama na rin syempre yung exchange of money. So that a career, so pag job lang, kumita ka lang, yun lang yung gusto mo. Pag career, gusto mo talaga, mahal mo siya. Minsan nga, kahit hindi ganun kalakihan yung kita mo, yun pa rin yung pinipili ng ibang tao kasi dun sila masaya. Yun yung career na gusto nila, di ba? Ayan. So, for you to come up a career plan first, ayan, you need to know yourself. Assess yourself. Kilalanin ang sarili, di ba? Know your likes, your dislikes. Know your interests, know your abilities, know your skills. Knowing yourself means knowing your purpose in life. What is your purpose in life? That's the important question you need to answer for you to know yourself. Okay? So another is exploring your options. You need to discover careers to find what you really want. Ayan. Diba? Ano ba talaga yung gusto mo? So with that, know your options. Focus on what you want to do and how to get there. Magkaroon ka ng mga option. Option A, option B, option ganon. Yeah. Kaya much better kung mas marami kang option. And then, later on, you will choose kung ano talaga yung talagang gusto mo gawin. Okay? Kasi learn the skills needed to pursue the career of your dreams. Ayan. The next one is making decisions. And it is the process of making logical choices from the available options. So, dahil inalam mo na yung mga options mo, you need to come up with a decision. Excuse me. Of course, by identifying a decision, gathering information, and assessing alternative resolutions. Importante yung decision mo Okay? So next is moving on. Ayan. It is more about learning to live and managing your career to help yourself succeed. We need to move on. Kumilos tayo or else how can you achieve your career goal? Kung hindi ka naman kikilos, so kailangan yung plano na ginawa mo, magawa. Yung drawing na sinasabi, makulayan, 'di ba? Kasi 'di ba? There's kapag hindi natutupad, drawing lang pala eh. So dapat kailangan natin kumilos, kailangan natin gawin yung plano na ginawa, kailangan natin kulayan yung drawing. Okay? For us to be successful. Okay? So we have here 6 steps to make a career plan. It's simple. To summarize, number 1, assess yourself to know who you are and what you want. Ayan. So paulit-ulit lang po, 'di ba? Ayan. You need to assess yourself. And then next, explore careers to find a career you want. And then third, set goals to reach the career. And then the fourth one is expand your skills to prepare for your career. Ayan. Baka kasi kailangan mo pa ng mga exploration in knowing your skills. Importante yan. Kasi kailangan malaman mo, may ganito pala akong skills and then hindi mo alam. So, dapat expand your skills. Excuse me. And then fifth, find a job that matches your goals. Importante yan. Huwag kang pupunta sa isang job or career na hindi nagmamatch sa gusto mo sa buhay. And then the last one, manage your career to help yourself succeed. So you will be the one to manage your career, your own career for you to be successful in life. Okay? With that, for career planning, iikot lang po yan. Ayan, from know your values, learn about yourself, identify your skills, research career options, link your major and your career. Ayan. So, 10 cycle lang po yan. Kung hindi naging successful, balik uli. Know your values. Ayan. Wag pong matakot na mag-fail kasi yung failure po gawin nating lakas para magpursige sa buhay and mag-push through. Okay? And then, I have here a quotation that says, the best way to predict your future is to create it, by Abraham Lincoln. Ayan. So, dito ko na ina-end yung ating lessons. So, if you want to see your future, you must create it. Yun yung gusto lang sabihin dyan, okay? So, with that, what are the takeaways that you have for today? Anyone who would like to answer? Okay, thank you so much. Ayan. So, I hope natuto kayo about career planning, naintindihan nyo yung ating lessons. And with that, I will discuss the different activities that you need to accomplish during your asynchronous class. Okay? So for the first activity, it's about personal goal mind mapping. So the direction is personal goal focuses on different areas like family, personal traits, interests, skills, financial education, and a lot more. In creating a mind map, focus on the main idea that you are going to explore. Add branches and keywords or sub-idea of the main idea. You can add another branch and color code it. Let the information follow by adding child branches of information and ideas that relate to the concept. Ayan. So, ito po yung example. Yan. Ganyan po yung paggagayahan nyo. And then, you can dugtungan nyo po ng other branches if you want. Okay? So, for your activity 2, it's about naman career options. So, the directions is fill out the table of career options. Base your option according to your identified career factors that might affect and help you decide on career in the future. So, 3 po yung kailangan natin. So, may example dito. So, for the career option, ang example is taking up AB Psychology and PNU. So the identify the career factors that affect and help you decide for it. Ayan. So you can browse or check the our PowerPoint and then check if what career factors that affect and help you decide for it. So dito ang sabi is personal interest, aptitude, and familial because of the financial. And then identify the career development concept that would best explain this option. So ang ano dito is Bandura social cognitive theory. Well, the identify your personal life goals that would match to this option, and ang ano niya dito is to become an expert school psychologist someday because nga ang career options niya is to take up AB psychology. Ayan. So for your activity 3, it's about career planning. Ayan. Make a career plan based on your identified career options to attain your personal life goals. Okay? So example here is to earn a 4-year degree AB psychology. Tatlo rin po yung kailangan ko dito. And then set your time frame. Of course, kapag 4 years, so kunwari nag-start siya mag-study ng 2002, so mag-end siya ng 2006. Okay? So, steps to take to accomplish the goal. Ayan. Ayan yung mga steps na para makuha niya yung goal na yun natin and keep the required grade for the course, accomplish then may class na girl. Ayan. Para makuha niya yung 4-year degree. Okay? So, that's it. The activity that you need to do when you are in an asynchronous class. So, we have here an assessment. Ayan. So, it's only 1 to 15. Okay? So, that's the end of our lesson. Ayan. Thank you for your time and see you to our next meeting.